Hi, I'm Orbit Deen, and this is my podcast, Discovering Beauty with Orbit Deen. I am a filmmaker and a writer living in Los Angeles, and I also have cerebral palsy, and I'm a wheelchair user. You can continue the conversation after the podcast with us on my Orbit Deen Substack.
Everywhere, everywhere. You are special and I love you everywhere. You are special everywhere. You know it's true.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Discovering Beauty with Orbit Deen. As I sit in my bedroom, welcome to my bedroom where I am recovering from injury. I wanted to talk a little bit about, because I've been thinking about looking forward to going outside again and getting active again in my wheelchair and maybe playing sports again. I used to play a lot of sports as a kid, wheelchair basketball specifically. I might want to get into that again if I can be brave enough. But I was interested in thinking a lot about getting outside again and not wanting to waste these beautiful Los Angeles summer's days in my house too much. And so that got me thinking about every time that a disabled person, such as myself, is out in public. And it's kind of funny because to be a person with a disability is kind of like to be famous. Was bizarrely treated like a famous person when I was a kid in the 80s because it was so unusual to have a kid with cerebral palsy join your school system. I made the move from a school for the handicapped to a mainstream school in sixth grade, which is like one of the hardest times to do that. And by the way, it was actually called the karting school for the handicapped. That's how far we've come since then. People don't use that word anymore, but I wanted to let you know that that's not my word. That was what the school was called. So I was moved into a mainstream classroom when I was in sixth grade, and it was so unusual for people, and it made me feel like an alien sometimes from another planet, as I've said, but it also made me feel like I was famous or something because everybody treated me differently. My first day of school in sixth grade, there were television cameras and news cameras there because it was a big deal that this kid with cerebral palsy was joining the school. And they wanted to interview me. And I remember that a lot of people wanted to talk to me because I was a novelty and I was a new thing. And in terms of the teachers and the principal and everything, I felt this tremendous pressure because everybody said like, okay, you're the one that we're counting on. Everybody's looking at you to see what disabled people are going to be like. And I would have questions like, how did disabled people feel about this? And how did disabled people feel about that? So I was, thrust into being the spokesperson for every disabled person in the history of time, which I know that other people with disabilities who will go out in public can relate to that because we are approached as if we are the spokesperson for every disabled person that's ever existed, and it doesn't occur to people that we can have different points of view and different experiences in the world, but we do. So that's interesting. But the other thing is that, like, I think in general across the board, everybody that I've talked to with a disability has had a similar experience of being treated really unusually. People stare at you. People want to touch you. When you're out in public and you have a disability, people stare at you. People want to touch you. People want to talk to you, or people are repulsed by you. It's very much like a celebrity lifestyle, or people want me to join their church or come hang out with them so that they can feel better about themselves or something. Or we're having a barbecue over at the house, or come to my church recital, or something. And meanwhile, you're just trying to have your day, and get from one place to another place. And or the big one is like, the inspiration one. You're such an inspiration. I'm so inspired by you. You're such an inspiration. Can I help you? There's another one. Can I help you? Do you need help? And then people give us help without us asking for it. And, meanwhile, they don't know that, we never set out to be an inspiration to anyone. We never asked for help. We never needed help. If we did need help, we have friends that can help us. We're just trying to get through our day, or get to from one place to another place. Or another great one is, oh, I once had a friend whose cousin was in a wheelchair for a week, so I know exactly how you feel. Or I have a friend who has a cousin whose sister was on crutches, so I know exactly how you feel. Or, oh, God bless you. I've been blessed so many times by people. God bless you just for being alive. God bless you for being, for being so strong and being out in the world. And like, meanwhile, we're just trying to get through the day, like I said. And I remember that, in sixth grade when I was interviewed by the local television station, they were asking me, what are you trying to accomplish in life, Michael? And I remember saying that, all that I wanted was a date and a good pair of sneakers, because I hadn't had a date yet. And because I had plastic braces on my feet, I couldn't wear sneakers. I had to wear work boots everywhere I went. And I really wanted to wear sneakers more than anything in the world. I wanted to meet somebody nice and have a nice date and wear sneakers. Those are my goals in life. And I remember the interviewer several times being interviewed and saying, what are you trying to accomplish as a young person with a disability? How do you want to be thought of? What do you want to be called? And I would just say, I just want to have a date and a good pair of sneakers. And years later, that's pretty much, I'm still looking for both of those things. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about the celebrity lifestyle of somebody with a disability, even when we're just trying to get through our day. So thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Everywhere, everywhere. You are special and I love you everywhere.